Welcome back to the channel for more Dixit content. This time I'm going through the Dixit Mirrors expansion, a small expansion that brings 84 new cards. So this is not intended to be a how to play video, but rather let's go through the cards, showing you all the cards that are part of this expansion and giving you my impression on what I see in all of these cards. Some of them normally, few of them normally, some of them will be quite strange. So let's go and see what is inside Dixit Mirrors. So here we have like a volcano coming, erupting on a city, destroying everything around. Yeah, definitely is a volcano, not a monster, although there's a mouth there. I don't see eyes. Could be like a monster. That's a head, right? So could be a magma monster. So this is rush hour. Everyone is trying to get into the train, the subway. It's very crowded. So that's the cowboy getting into a saloon and pointing a carrot. So the first impression that I got on this image was Yosemite Sam from the Bugs Bunny cartoons, because it looked like this, and I see the carrots for Bugs Bunny. I see the landscape. That reminds me also the beep beep and the coyote kind of scenario. Trash can, and inside the trash can there's a kid's drawing. Who put kids drawing in trash? Oh, cool. So we have like a small desert island, but seems to be the top of an iceberg. Big iceberg, which has hidden there a mammoth stuck in ice. There's also a reference to the Ice Age character that is always running after this nut. I see that bloody spike there. What is that? Some hidden reference on something. And I see more red parts. Okay, but I don't understand why there's more red things. Even that, maybe it's not like a spear or something, it's just a red part. So this guy is like a martial artist, kind of warrior, and with a a red belt, but a black rope, and is holding a stick. Is he beating the phones? Is he like fighting against the addiction of the phones? Maybe do some martial arts because that will free you from the addictions like staring at the screen all day. Okay, so these are played dice, and the dice are the emotional dice, the happy, not happy, and happy, neutral, etc. There's a big guy here, a grandpa looking character, but in fact he's a cyborg or a robot. You can see the stitches here, the junctions. Also there's a zip that opens and you can see the circuits inside, etc. So, Robo Grandpa. So some film is coming out the vases, different colors. The film look like plants coming up the vases. So this guy is asking for time to this one, and he has like several watches and clocks. Not sure if there is a reference here. If so, I'm missing it. So we have Earth seen from space, and these kind of phantom guys are riding bikes in space, but the bikes seem to be still connected to Earth somehow. This bug is looking at the subway station map with big glasses because he's blind. He sees very badly. Okay, so two ostriches have their own eggs. I don't know if they are their own eggs. They have some eggs on their heads, and the eggs have painted faces. So this girl is creating a potion that is releasing some cloud here, and on the cloud it's showing the clear skies where the birds are flying. I don't know if it's here, if it's she's dreaming. It's up to your interpretation. There's a witch, or it's not a witch, it's an old man. I think it's a man. Is has um, some vases there or some jars where he's holding things. Here seems like to be a galaxy, a planet, another planet, a moon, so a sun there. So he is holding the cosmos. So the wolf is the wolf has two puppets. The one is a pig, and the other one is a kid, and it seems to be like a ventriloquist or something. But this one seems very real and seems to be arguing with him, and he's like, "Oh, you have such a clever arguments there." Oh, Asterix in space, walking around the boar, doing some shopping. Wow, Asterix in space. I've never thought I would see that one day. So there's um, the monk carrying a scissor, walking on water or something, and there's a Stonehenge looking kind of monument behind. So the cat, the wolf, or the dog is doing some tricks here, throwing things in the air. Electrical things are also Greek letters, Egyptian symbols. So he's juggling all these things together. What do we have here? So that's a merman that is writing what seems to be water in this paper. Old merman. Okay, so the puma kind of character is using a snake to listen to what the statue's heart or the statue's lungs. There's a fridge, and coming from inside the fridge there are some insects and snakes. Okay, so this woman, the hair of this woman is made of a theater curtain. There's a golden bag on top of her. Looks cool. Okay, so that seems to be like a king, but he is so big that you need a ladder to go in, and then the kid just went and he is like peeking from this viewpoint on which should be his face. Maybe this represents when kings they start their kingdom very young and they don't know anything. They're very young, very inexperienced, but they still need to hold the court. This Egyptian guy, kind of looking guy, is holding a crystal ball with a kid inside, a very small kid. But the thing is that Egypt behind is snowing, so it's a strange Egypt-looking place. She is drawing on this paper exactly the sun that is on. It's a cartoon sky as well. Oh, the Japanese monkeys are in the Japanese hot waters, and they are thinking about advanced. This one is reading a newspaper. This one is thinking about pyramids, hanks, sphinxes. Oh, are they evolving to think about advanced stuff? So two birds are having a coffee, and there are some bees around them with human faces. She's playing a saxophone, not a saxophone, a trumpet made out of wood, and instead of sound, some leaves are coming out. This girl is dancing flamenco Spanish dance, but the reflection is a nine-tailed fox in a kimono. Wow, strange. Okay, there's a spider bug coming down a rope like Mission Impossible style. She has the first aid kit and lots of tools there. Others are coming as well, so it seems like an infiltrating mission. So these boats arrive to a lighthouse that is shaped as a cat in the middle of nothing. Who built this and what does it represent? So in school, this troll is crying, and the kid on his side is giving him a flower to make him be more happy, him or her. Okay, so these suit guys are riding the carousel on some animals, and the kids are the one watching the grown-ups riding. So the small kid is holding the grandpa. Is a Benjamin Buttons kind of effect here, where it's not the grandmother holding the small kid, but the opposite. So these roots broke the wall, and probably they come from that tree that we can see there. So it's far away, but still the roots went all the way and broke the wall with time, and then they are also now after the wall they are going into the sewer. So this bonsai is connected to electricity, so even the bonsai is electric now, not a natural bonsai. Maybe it will illuminate at night or something. And what is, oh, there's a bird here and he's looking somewhere. I don't understand what it is, and is looking into a hole, and there are lots of eggs. This one is already hatching or breaking. There's a pine there. I don't know what this is. And that's like he is dressed to play golf, right? And I see the grass. Would that represent something? A hole in the grass to play golf? Okay, so he is playing chess against a mirror, but he's wearing a donkey mask. So a donkey mask. I don't know what this. And he's also taking a serious look at the horse piece, but they're all black. That's strange. Where did he get the white piece? Because they're all black. Who knows? And they seem to be black on both sides, not just one. Okay, so this robotic hand is lightly lighting the match underwater. Wow, these hands are coming out from the chimneys. They're trying to catch that flower flying by. The bunny is looking at the mirror, which also has bunny ears, and in the reflection, there's a city behind. Some skyscrapers. Are there really skyscrapers this side? Who knows? Who knows? Moving on. So if these are 84 cards, that means that we've seen 42, and now we see the other 42 for this expansion. There's a diver, but instead of driving in the sea, he's diving in the middle of the forest. So raining in the forest again, but the bear is using an umbrella that is also has some light. Cactus shaped out of chickens coming out in the middle of the road. Okay, so this guy is flying in a car, an old car, and is being pulled by the balloons, and is flying over traffic. Who wouldn't want this? The ghosts are having a coffee. A family gathering of ghosts. So the ice cream is a suspect and is being incriminated or interrogated by these kids, and is already melting because of the pressure, the nerves, and the light on top of him. Okay, so there's a machine to tickle this hedgehog, and this one got a mechanical hand, got a spike, so it spiked the hand. Okay, there's a big bear carrying all these kids flying through the plains. And there's a jester here in prison, kind of. But the walls are made of tiles that remind me Azul, the board game. Azul, Portuguese tiles. Wow, looks cool. So this guy is. Oh, there's a big ship, but is this a submarine? Yes, there's a periscope. There's a submarine, and it's coming out the bathtub. How did it end up here? Maybe the kids are just picturing and imagining it. So now it seems like we have a Dungeons and Dragons kind of adventure, where these three heroes, which includes the elf and other two, they got stuck on that tree, and the sorcerer old man needs to release them. There's the stairs fell, or maybe he was the one prisoning them there. Would that be the case? Okay, so they are very happy playing on a bed that is floating in the water, and the water is full of crocodiles. So either they are safe or they don't realize the danger around them, because here the moment is perfect, but beyond that, death. Okay, there's a hot chocolate. Someone draw a face on hot chocolate, just that. There's a hat, and kids are playing below the hat. There's a look from a microscope, and you can see the amoebas and the bacteria, and four of them have glasses. The clever amoebas, the intelligent amoebas. So there's a donkey, and this guy is in the middle of a crown, and that's not a crown. That's looks like a crown, but I think it's this ruby his ear. They are projecting light, and he is coming out some hole in the ground. So he feels like he is the king of something. He is also dressed as Piru. Okay, this lady is holding 2 scales, and we have these 2 guys pointing weapons at each other, maybe playing. So the soup in the dish is really the ocean, all polluted with oil. It's dark water, but there's a dolphin very happy there. Okay, so this woman opened a window, and from a skirt you can see there are some holes which look like windows, and there's light coming from inside. Strange. Oh, so he's flying a pizza. He's skateboarding a pizza, and the dog is doing the same. Flying pizza. Okay, there's a robot that has nests on top of him, and a bird, and this is in snow, so it's a robot snowman, and he is also creating here scarf made of wool. Hey, what is this? So there's a rock in the middle of nothing, and the rock has a message. Is it like a message left from the ancestors, which say, hey, there were dinosaurs and ancient aliens and some strange figures, and then created the Egyptians, and you figure out the rest. The maestro is at the lake, and he's like conducting something with light, and he's drawing these things in the air. Okay, so all old ladies are racing and carrying their dogs in carts. Oh, lots of traffic. Oh, people are in a riot. Instead of having messages in their boards, they have traffic signs. They are complaining with traffic signs. Santa Claus beers is being used as a ski ramp from the dwarfs. And he's not happy with that. There's also some Christmas balls, Christmas tree balls here. The lion is trying to leave his prison, which is that temple or that government office. Everyone is going to work, and everyone is anchored to the ground. So they are anchored to their jobs. They cannot leave their jobs. And this person is dancing, flying around, leaving some precious stones. And it seems like the gargoyles are eating them. This one already closed its mouth, and this one is trying to grab a few. Okay, so the bugs are doing a picnic, but there's a big bird coming above them, and he's going to grab one of them. There's a house in the middle of a storm. It's a storm because the bull is being flown away. The house seems to be holding up. It's rooted to the ground. That's it. Another tree, which this time has... Okay, so there's a ring around the tree, and there's some boxing gloves. And this small tree also has some boxing gloves. And it seems to be trying to make this big one challenger for a fight. This seems like to be the veteran, the seasoned fighter, and its gloves. And the new one is challenging. So strange. This is Jetsons. Everyone is going through their tubes, like in Jetsons. Okay, so there's a sheep sleeping in the mountains, and in the clouds are also sleeping. Okay, so the grasshopper is marrying with the... Oh, what's the name of this in English? This animal is the... I don't know the name of this animal in English, but this is the one that the female kills the husband. So that's what's going to happen here. She is going to... It's a mantis. Remember now, it's a mantis. So the female mantis is going to kill the husband after they're getting married. That's why he's so happy. He looks so happy. Okay, so the pricey jewelry goblets, chalices are being washed in the sink like normal dishwash, normal dinner utensils. Okay, the painter is painting himself several times, and is now taking a rest. So that's the narcissist thing, because he only paints himself several times. Okay, going the bridge in a normal way. Below, above, there's a monkey already climbing. Strange. There's a bus, a school bus, and the students are also all of them are bats. And instead of going sitting on the normal chairs, or normally they are on the, like bats do, they are hanging from the ceiling upside down, and they have their school bags. Wow. So cameras are having a coffee together. The security cameras. Instead of the security man, it's the security cameras. Okay, so there's there's a what? There's some tools here on the table, and so this is like the CSI tape. So there was a murder here, and we can see that someone is already taking the details. So the saw was broken there. The chisel lost. I don't know if this is the chisel lost. That's this part here. That one, oh, also lost that part. So the nail also is missing something here. So someone destroyed the tools, and the investigators are trying to understand what happened. Okay, and there's a giraffe. We cannot see his head. We just see a picture of what should the head look like. And it's so high. They're like, wow, look at that, so high. And that's it. This was Dixit Mirrors expansion. I hope you've liked it to the point that you hit that like button. Consider subscribing. If you're a fan of Dixit and you just stumbled with this video, please note that I have all the expansions, all the core games of Dixit in a dedicated playlist in the channel. But also, if you like card games or board games in general, I truly believe you'll find interesting content in the channel. Take a look, consider being part of this community. Help me get into the 3000, which is a huge milestone for me, to bring more and more interesting content. Thank you very much, and I see you on the next one. Goodbye.